What is up, guys? A little change of scene. Today I am in the kitchen because we're going to talk about something that I've wanted to talk about for a long time. I've been doing the research for this video for a while, and today we're going to talk about caffeine. Yes, caffeine, the things that Americans and people all over the world go crazy for. In fact, about 90% of adults in this country consume caffeine on a regular basis. So what we're going to address today in this video is what exactly does caffeine do? Why does it make you feel how it does? 2, what are its effects on exercise, performance, sports performance, your performance in the gym? What does it do with that? And 3, how can you apply that information to yourself to make sure you're getting the most out of caffeine when you take it before you work out? And also, there'll be some tips at the end to help you out if you find out that you've been taking caffeine so much that it no longer has an effect on you. So first we're going to talk about what is caffeine? How does it work? How does it make you feel so nice and alert? Caffeine is classified as a stimulant. Now, stimulants are things that generally increase your heart rate, your blood pressure, and make you more focused. Now, caffeine specifically works by temporarily binding to adenosine receptors in your brain to make you feel less fatigued. So it doesn't actually make you feel more alert per se. That's not how it functions. It actually makes you feel less fatigued, which makes you feel better, less tired, things like that. And that's because adenosine is a natural sedative in your brain. So when that adenosine binds to those adenosine receptors, you feel tired and sleepy and less alert. Caffeine gets in the way, blocks them up, adenosine can't bind. Now the thing about that is if you take caffeine in regularly, your brain will actually create more receptors so that adenosine will bind more. And that's why you find that your cups of coffee continue to get larger in order to get the same effect that you got the first time you tried a cup of joe. So what are the performance enhancing benefits that you get with caffeine? Well, there's been a few studies done. A lot of them have been on endurance exercise, but there has been some that show the benefits that it can have for people who weightlift as well. The main benefit is definitely seen in endurance athletes, but caffeine is shown to improve your focus, your cognitive abilities. Studies have also shown that caffeine reduces our feeling of muscular pain and fatigue. So we'll be able to go longer not really realizing how bad we're feeling from the workout because of that caffeine. This in turn may help us to exercise longer, which is another plus for caffeine. Yeah. Specifically, the study was done where they used 3 milligrams per kilogram of body weight caffeine. They had that in an energy drink, and they found that that ratio helped tennis players with their grip on their racket. So this may transfer over to something like weightlifting. Maybe when you're pulling a heavy deadlift, that caffeine at the 3 milligram per kilogram dose may help you grip on a little tighter for exercises like the deadlift and other ones like that as well. Also, there was a study that used 179 milligrams of caffeine for each participant, which isn't great. It's better when the study does it per kilogram. But anyways, that dose seemed to help those individuals with their 60% 1 rep max load on the bench press and the back squat. It helped them to actually get more reps. So 179 milligrams, that dose, if you can get yourself that amount, I guess for most average individuals, that's going to help you out in the weight room. That 179 milligram dose also seemed to reduce their perceived exertion as well. So not only were they able to do more, but it felt less difficult to them and less painful, which draws back to what I said before. So how do you get the most out of caffeine? Well, try not to abuse it. If you don't really feel like you need it, don't just drink coffee just to drink it, or Cokes with the caffeine, or energy drinks just to drink it, because you're going to reduce your tolerance to it. The fact of the matter is, dose matters. In another study, they used a different dose for participants. They had a 3 milligram per kilogram dose, they had a 6 milligram per kilogram dose, and they had a 9 milligram per kilogram dose. Very high end dose. And what they found was, depending on the percentage of the 1 rep max that the participants were using, each dose affected them differently. So the 3 milligram per kilogram dose seemed to do really good with lighter loads, but as soon as you got up to about 75% of the 1 rep max, it didn't seem to do much. The 6 helped around the 75% range, and the 9 milligram per kilogram dose showed the greatest effect with the 90% of the individual's 1 rep max in the back squat and the bench press. So what does this mean? Well, if you know you're going heavy, if you're maxing out, you might want to try to go towards that 9 milligram per kilogram dose, although a dose this high may have adverse side effects. If you're doing a regular day, maybe a hypertrophy day, something like that, you don't need that much. Try to stray more to the 3 milligram per kilogram dose. And when I say per kilogram, I'm talking about per kilogram of your body weight. So simply divide your body weight by 2.2. You'll have your weight in kilograms. Then you multiply that 3 times whatever weight you just got, and you know how much caffeine you can get. So by using dosing, you'll get the best effect from the caffeine rather than just blindly taking in caffeine and hoping that it helps. And to help you out with that, a typical cup of coffee tends to have around 100 milligrams of caffeine. Now this varies greatly based on the bean that you use, how you brew it, all that kind of stuff, but you can use that as a rule of thumb to help you out next time you're going in the gym. Also, of course, caffeine is sold as a supplement. Be very careful. This stuff is very strong and it is still a drug, so please be careful if you buy powdered caffeine, but you could be able to measure it out using that way and make sure you're getting a proper dose to enhance your performance. Studies have also shown that caffeine has its greatest effects somewhere between 30 and 60 minutes prior to activity. So make sure you're taking your caffeine somewhere in between that range. Some studies really show that your brain, the focus really peaks at 60 minutes. So you might want to try taking it, see how you feel. It might vary on you, but try to take it somewhere within that window and you'll see the best effects from it. But what if you built up a tolerance to caffeine? Oh, you love your coffee and you drink it all the time. What are you to do? Well, a study using high caffeine doses, that 9 milligram to kilogram dose, they found that for people who drank caffeine regularly, that high of a dose really didn't have that much stimulation on their brain. But if they weaned off the caffeine for 1 to 2 months and then took that dose, there was a great spike in the brain's metabolism. So what you have to do if you find that you're very tolerant to caffeine based on using it for so long, try to wean yourself off. You can try to go cold turkey, but that might not make you feel great. So start to substitute some cups of decaf into your regular routine if you really feel like you must have coffee, and try to wean off it a little bit. And you'll find the next time you take it, you'll get most benefit from it. You'll feel it the most. You'll feel nice and alert like you did before. So hopefully this video has you better understanding caffeine, how it can help you out in the gym, and maybe how it cannot help you out if you've been taking it too long. But there is always hope. You might have to take a caffeine holiday, but when you get back on it, you'll feel the best results from it. So pay attention to dosing. Don't abuse the caffeine and keep seeing gains. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to give it a like. Please share this video. A lot of people drink coffee and they might not know how to use it right for the gym. So share it with your friends and family and see if they get some benefit from it. I hope to see you guys soon. Check out my Instagram, my Facebook. Send me an email if you have any questions. You want to do some online coaching, some training in person if you live in the West Palm area or the Palm Beach County area. And I will see you guys in the next video.